Hi, my name is Kakamurat Khadyrov. I am former Turkmen citizen who is bothered what's happening in Turkmenistan. Dear Sir, Madam, recently was meeting between Turkmenistan, actually Minister of Affairs of Turkmenistan, and European civilians who is specialized in human rights. In that meetings was negotiate or talked about how Turkmenistan violated law, human rights. As example, Nurgeldi Khalikov, Peygamberdi Allah Birdiyev, they was illegally sentenced for prison. For example, if specifically he was telling for Nurgeldi Khalikov, he was sentenced just for photo, small photo. He just make a photo delegation, World Health Organization. Peygamberdi Allah Birdiyev, he was sentenced without any evidence, without any proofs. In Turkmenistan, abusing law. In that meetings, to came for agreement, Turkmenistan ready for open the gate for prison to any delegation for European Union in suitable situation. Just excuse was because in Turkmenistan have a disease, coronavirus. But that mentioned Deputy Foreign Minister Vepakhadziyev, where also was Ombudsman Yazdursun. Official Ashgabat says in Turkmenistan doesn't have coronavirus. It's collision. It's paradox. Because government organization against the president who said Turkmenistan doesn't have any disease like coronavirus. In that meetings, we also understanding European Union civilians who specialize in human rights, also United Nations, in other international organizations who is specializing in human rights protection, doesn't have efficient tools to request to Turkmenistan to follow human rights. Why? Because they doesn't have any enough information. The human rights organization who specialized in Turkmen fields, one of the organization always writing about murder, about bursting somewhere. It looks like a, transforming. It's like a criminal chronicle. Another one just translating official newspaper and official source broadcasting what they said in Turkmenistan from Turkmen language and to Russian and other languages. One of the making in YouTube cartoons and giving nickname for people who is fighting against the Turkmenistan opposition people. Another one, fourth one, just making official addressing for email. After making press release, after enough. What they mean? Because they just looking grants, foundation for surviving life. But Turkmenistan suffering in this situation. In fact, 70% of population Turkmenistan overbroad. They spread in different countries, most of them in Turkey Republic and Northern Cyprus. They really suffering.
5 aydır hastayız. Durumumuz çok zor. Yardım istiyoruz. Hastaneye götürün diyelim, hastaneye götüremiyorum. Maddi durumumuz çok kötü. Memlekete gönderin diyorum, memlekete de gönderebilmiyoruz. Durumumuz çok zor durumda.
In my video, you look a man who have real disease, bad disease, like cirrhosis of liver. and Turkmenistan take hand away from its own citizens. Like other Turkmen people. Since start of coronavirus in the world, Turkmenistan closed the door to country to stop fly. I mentioned it, 70% suffering in overboard. In Turkey Republic, approximately 2 million people living as they want to go home. But Turkmenistan, they do nothing for own citizenship. And now, coming questions. Why it's going on? What's going on? Why that going? Maybe Turkmenistan, officially independent country, in fact is colony. Ago was colony from Russia. Now colony world society, because world organization, international world organization such as European Union, such as European Union, United Nations, in other organizations, World Health Organization, they have a shorthand. They do nothing. They do nothing for Turkmenistan. But population of Turkmenistan is suffering and died. Really died. The Turkmen people lost faith for fear, for justice. Of course, in that area will be suitable, not suitable, it's a wonderful soil for radical movements, religious radical movements. And that radical movements will give harvest after world start to worry. Why? Because they not prevent this situation in the small things. Dear sir, madam, if you don't have enough information, I know it's not enough information, because people or activists or human rights organization who is specializing in Turkmen field, they following own targets. If you don't have enough information about people, about what's going on in Turkmenistan, you can call for my number and ask me. I will find a lot of examples how Turkmen people suffering and overbrought. Recently, an official source sent me information. Turkmen activist Murat Dushemov, who is recording how Turkmen governments broken human rights, was detained. And we all Turkmen people start to worry, because usually Turkmenistan have usually practiced in detention center, they will send it to prison automatically. Please, don't be careless for Turkmenistan. Don't be careless what's going on in Turkmenistan. Otherwise, we will have second Afghanistan in other country where was radical religious was give harvest. Thank you very much. My name is Murat Khadyrov. I see forward in next my video.